Now that the Roblox event is officially over, I can kind of say that this kind of sucks. Now, I don't typically like being this blunt with how I'm saying it. Usually I like to skirt around it. Like, this video was actually planned to be named something like Roblox Classic Event, the good, the bad, the ugly. However, when I was kind of going over the event and like writing my notes in Notepad, I realized that there are a lot more bad things than there are good things. Like, looking at this from an objective standpoint, I can't say in good faith that this was a great event, or let alone a good event. And as somebody who has 100% of this event played every single game to its fullest possibility, I feel like I'm the most qualified person to talk about this. By the time this video comes out, there's probably already millions upon millions of reviews of the event, but there was only 12,000 people that actually beat this event 100%. And that might sound like a lot, however, that is only 0.2% of the people that actually played the event. So I did write a bunch of notes during the event, and honestly, I'm just gonna read them off to you guys and expand my opinion on it. As I said before, I kind of scripted this around the fact that I said good, the bad, the ugly, so I'm just gonna start reading off the good. So in terms of the good, everybody can probably agree that the best thing in the entire game was the hub itself. Roblox did learn from the hunt that you pretty much need a good hub, or it's not gonna be that cool. Like, if we look at the hub compared to the classic event hub, it's like literally night and day, and it is so amazing. And this is largely in part because Roblox themselves didn't make this hub. I think they commissioned it out to a third-party company called Twin Atlas, and they did a phenomenal job. Every part of the map was carefully made to represent old or classic Roblox. I do notice, however, that there's a lot of people out there that have been confusing the classic age of Roblox to the golden age of Roblox. And guys, I hate to break it to you, but 2018 is not classic Roblox. Yes, it might arguably be the best time to ever play Roblox, but it doesn't make it classic. So certain design choices inside the hub that people might not like is just a part of classic Roblox. For example, the RPGs or the rocket launchers that you can get, those are exactly like the old Roblox designed rocket launchers. Those things are crazy. They will fling you. That was by design. That was by choice. So some people are a little bit mad that, you know, other things like Lumber Tycoon wasn't included inside the event. That's just mostly because the event had nothing to do with the golden age of Roblox. But we got a little sidetracked. Let's get back to the good. The hub itself is amazing because there's so many secrets and there's so many things to do. They pack so much into such a small space. It is amazing. For example, the golden pot. When I was first starting out this event, that golden pot was bothering the hell out of me. It really was. There's no reason why a golden pot should be there. Up until you realized if you typed in rainbow into the chat, a rainbow trail would appear and you could walk over into the pot and there is a secret wardrobe. And what I'm trying to say about this is that every single part of this map was really carefully designed. There is nothing out of place, nothing there for no reason. Everything has a reason. And this could be argued as one of Roblox's best, if not best hub they've ever made. So kudos to them. Another thing that I noted in the good category is the fact that 15 games is actually probably a perfect number for the amount of games that should be in an event like this. We can all agree that the hunt itself was extremely bloated. Yes, 100 games on paper looks amazing. It looks great. It looks like this is a big, challenging event. But at the end of the day, the lack of quality control in between each game really just sucked. However, I believe on paper, 15 is a perfect number. If they quality controlled the games. And we'll get back to that in a second. The event itself was also really short. I don't understand why they only made it like 5 days long, but I also assumed that I'd be able to beat the event within like 5 hours. So I really didn't think much of it. And to be honest with you, that's all I had for the good. So let's just start talking about the bad. I think everybody knows one of the biggest problems with this whole classic event was the fact there were no classic games in general. Like, when we think of old Roblox classic games, we should think like Underground War, Natural Disaster Survival, Work at a Pizza Place, Doomspire Brick Battle. But no, instead we got a bunch of games that are relatively new to the platform, or at least are staples of the platform, which in my personal opinion, I don't necessarily disagree with that. However, most of these games were so poorly executed, it made absolutely zero sense why they would be in the classic event in the first place. Like, can anybody tell me what the hell Skibbity Toilet Tower Defense was? Like, what was so classic about that? Yeah, they had a crossroads map. That's it. That's all they had. There was no custom towers. There's no none of that. It was literally just a single map, and yet they got into the event somehow. However, a game like Natural Disaster Survival, despite being in the hunt event, was not in the classic event. And we all know that Natural Disaster isn't anything crazy. It's not like modifying the game would be necessarily hard. Hell, there are people that actively modify the game, like Wenda, with no problems whatsoever. Yet these people pumping out more updates in a span of a week than that game has had in a span of a year. So I don't know know if it was the fact that they just didn't get invited to the event or they just didn't want to do anything. And honestly, I would have been way more happy instead of having toilet tower defense, just play a game of natural disaster and survive. That would be the entire thing you got to do. Hey, maybe there's some ticks on a few maps here and there, but all you have to do to get the tokens is survive 5 different games. And you're also going to notice a theme throughout this entire video that it's pretty clear that there was really no green lighting or really no play testing this event, because how are you going to make a classic event based on old Roblox but have literally nothing from old Roblox in the event? It just doesn't make any sense to me, but it's fine because some of the games like Arsenal, they did an amazing job with having the theme of classic Roblox. Like Arsenal did a bang up job. So did Tower Defense Simulator. Hell, so did that TikTok Roblox game, Clip It. How did the TikTok Roblox do better than a game like Blade Ball? I don't know. It blows my mind. But speaking of Blade Ball, another big issue with the event is the fact that a lot of the games were extremely grindy. As I said before, 15 games is a perfect amount for an event like this. However, what I wasn't expecting was each game would take an hour to beat. Some of them taking 2. Some of the most egregious examples of this is Blade Ball and Driving Empire and Adopt Me. And I would love to read a quote that Creecraft said, "I hope games like Blade Ball enjoy their new yacht." It's so true because there's a thing on Roblox that most people don't know about. If a Roblox premium player plays your game for more than 20 minutes, Roblox actually gives you a set amount of money or like a set amount of Robux. I'm not entirely too sure because I'm not a developer, but games are incentivized to keep premium players on for as long as humanly possible. And despite all of the games trying to keep you on as long as humanly possible, this is one of Roblox's shortest events ever. This event was only 5 days long. Like the fastest person to complete this took 10 hours. That means in order to beat this event, you'd have to allocate 2 hours of your day each day to beating the event. And I don't know about you guys, most people don't have 2 hours. I can do it because this is my job, but we're not even in the summer yet. I really do think one of the worst things about this event was the fact that they only made it 5 days long. This is where we start getting into the ugly because it is really obvious that nobody playtested this. Roblox themselves assured star creators that they would be a lot more thorough with these events and they would make sure things like the hunt never happened ever again. We all thought it was common consensus that we would not have a really grindy event and we'd have an event focused on the player experience. But we were wrong. We really were wrong. We literally took hook, line, and sinker and believed them. And because we believed them, we got our faces spat on by them. And some of the games, like Driving Empire, made it so that if you gave them Robux, you wouldn't have to grind that hard. Because in order to get all 5 tokens on Driving Empire, you would have to do the Builderman race 46 times. And I thought that was an exaggeration. I thought people on Twitter were molding for no reason up until I did it. So if you didn't spend the extra 65 Robux to get double the times to rewards, and if every race on average was 1 minute and 30 seconds long, it would roughly take you 69 minutes or an hour and 9 minutes to do that event alone. That's also not factoring in exploration, load times, and small other inconveniences. That is just purely racing. And I will admit that Driving Empire did put a little bit of effort into the hub. It did not rationalize making players grind the same race 46 times. So unless you wanted to be stuck there, you would have to buy the 65 Robux pass that would double your rewards, which I had to do because I'm not doing that 46 times. Like, I feel like with every event from now on, we should have David Baszucki get stuck in a room and he's not allowed to leave the room until it's complete. 100%. Make him do the whole thing, and I guarantee you we would never, ever, ever have another problem like this. I don't know what the disconnect is between the developers and the Roblox themselves, but clearly there's a big disconnect. And I'm really worked up about this because someone like me could playtest it. I would sit down and do it. I would do the entire event. I would playtest it. I would take notes. I would write an entire essay about what is wrong and what is right with this event. But no, Roblox did not even care to even do that because once again, it's not about how good the player experience is. It's how much money Roblox can squeeze out of your wallet. And I know as a star creator, I probably shouldn't be speaking so poorly about Roblox because they do sponsor me and they do, you know, they give me stuff. But I'm saying this because I love Roblox. This is the game I grew up on. I just hate seeing it so soulless. What happened to the player experience being first in events and money being second? Like, how did we get to the point to having 2 bundles inside this event that look absolutely awful, by the way? They look disgusting. And they are 19,000 Robux a piece. Who is buying these? And if you don't think it's all about money, let's talk about whatever the hell the live event was. Because here's the thing with the live event. Roblox themselves told all us creators to be streaming or recording at this time because something grand is gonna happen. There is gonna be some event that you must live stream. And you know what that event was? A boss fight that took 30 seconds. The event was over within a 2-minute span. I'm not asking for much, okay? I'm really not. But if you're gonna have the entire community, you're gonna have all the creators be on, why would you waste our time like that? We have better things to do. And that's not even the worst part. The worst part was, unlike the hunt, where if you 100% it, you got a cool secret reward that dropped from the sky as a little live event. For beating this boss fight, you know what you get? You know what you get if you beat the boss? You get the opportunity to spend 40,000 Robux on a sword. 40,000 Robux on a fucking sword. I would love to know who at Roblox thought it was a great idea to have a 2-minute live event that went out like a wet fart, and then for the reward, you make the player spend 40,000 Robux. You can't make this up. Who did this? I want to know. Like, this is EA level greed. Like, you really can't beat it. I really thought you couldn't get worse than EA, but here we are. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest. The event sucked. It really did. I would like to give a special thanks, though, to the developers of Arsenal, Clip It, Tower Defense Simulator, Bee Swarm Simulator, and to the people who made the hub, because you guys made the classic event somewhat enjoyable. If only every single game did what you guys did, this would be the best event on Roblox. But no. Unfortunately, when there's money involved, people are too greedy and people just simply don't care. But that was all my thoughts about the Roblox event, from somebody who's a star creator and somebody who had 100% of the entire game. And to Roblox, my only message is to do better. Seriously. It has been proven from time to time again, when you don't focus about the money and you prioritize the player experience, the money will come after. Games like Helldivers 2 and Powerworld are perfect examples of this. So when will you guys take the initiative and shake up the gaming industry? Roblox is a game that gets over 100 million concurrent players every month. What you guys do can define the industry. It's time to stop mimicking what everybody else does and time to do something more original and not something that's all around money. You guys have the ability that not everybody else has to actually change the gaming industry. So it's about time you guys start doing it. And to anybody wondering, I know Roblox is going to see this because I'm going to send this directly to them. So please do better.